there were various gods and goddesses who had the ability to absorb these afflictions, and they would go and give it to them. When they offered it to them, the gods and the goddesses took it. Some of the goddesses had the capacity of eating it up, so they could digest it. Some of the benevolent gods could never digest it, so they developed symptoms. So you will find that some god will be some hues, some colors, red color, black color, and all kinds of colors. Oh, Brito has joined. The thing is, so all these gods and the goddesses, some of them could accept it, some of them could reject it, some of them could feel the pain, the pressure. So where it was, in uh, to remove afflictions was also the domain of the netherworld, or what we discussed in the morning, if you remember. It is called the middle world. Middle world. The middle world is the domain of ghosts and all those creatures. Okay. So with them also you can give them that. They love to have those gifts because they can pass it on to other people. but but the God doesn't like to do that. So you will find that, on the roadside sometimes you will find some sort of a things were kept on the road.
Yeah, that nimbu egg and all that I've seen.
Chauraste
Yeah, yeah,
के ऊपर.
yeah,
There's
yeah. That,
a
yeah, the tree. Yes, the cross. Yeah, I've seen that.
they will keep it over there. Some head of one bird and something like that will be kept. So that is nothing but affliction passing on to somebody. Like if you want somebody in your family to have some problems, then you go and do that. That is called, in northern India, it's called
Black magic.
black magic or karni. It is a very dangerous thing to attempt because it is black magic. Then there is white magic.
So will a devotee, if a devotee passes by, will he get the affliction?
Devotee is not going to get affected. Devotee has got his job to do. He's always having antibiotics with him. Krishna antibiotic company private. Pharmaceutical company लेके भेजता है. वो
मेडिकल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है.
या मैं जब भी वो फॉरेन जाते तभी इतना डगला भर के है ना मेडिसिन दे के भेजता है. So protection is there. Okay. So these afflictions, they can come and then they can be passed on also. Now, normally, afflictions are a karmic problem. It's a problem connected to your karma. The karma is related to some past things which have happened. So those karmas are converted into, sometimes we have these, some things cannot be returnable in the form of, I have taken money, so cannot be returnable in one form. So they get converted into afflictions. Understand? There is a conversion into an affliction, that which cannot be directly returned. So that affliction of, there are the three kinds of afflictions. So that is converted and that can be very dangerous. To remove those afflictions, you have to either go through it fully, or you need somebody whom, basically a guru material. So he will say, Guruji, please take my problem. So the Guruji says, okay, fine, give it to me. So put in an envelope and give it to him. So all the problems get removed.
So the body of the Guruji will have to suffer.
Sometimes he can dissipate it in the universe. If it is a minor thing, then it can be dissipated. If it is a major thing, then it is going to affect that person, the body. So you will find that Ramakrishna Ji was affected, Ramana was affected, a person like even Shivaji Maharaj was affected. Shivaji Maharaj took his mother's illness, by the way. It is called elephantitis.
पैर पे होते हैं.
So it is possible to take it, it's possible to dissipate it, it is possible to even suffer for it, depending on how dear the person is or what. It's not. Oh, Guru is there, huh? Okay. I thought he had already left. So I hope you got the gist of it. So you are answered or no? Ma'am.
Oh yeah, sort
Ah,
of. I'll ask you later. I have quite a few questions.
okay. Vito? Okay, so we will start with chapter 16 now. Okay. How Parikshit received the age of Kali. Sutta Goswami said, O learned Brahmanas, Maharaj Parikshit then began to rule over the world as a great devotee of the Lord under the instructions of the best of the twice born Brahmanas. He ruled by those great qualities which were foretold by expert astrologers at the time of his birth. King Parikshit married the daughter of King Uttara and begot four sons headed by Maharaj Janmanja. Maharaj Parikshit, after having selected Kripacharya for guidance as his spiritual master, performed three horse sacrifices on the bank of Ganga. They were executed with sufficient rewards for the attendants, and at these sacrifices, even the common man could see demigods. Once, when Maharaj Parikshit was on his way to conquer the world, he saw the master of Kali Yuga, who was lower than a Shudra, disguised as a king, and hurting the legs of cow and bull. The king at once caught hold of him to deal sufficient punishment. This is a very interesting story which you will come to know. So Maharaj Parikshit was appointed from the last chapter. If we carry on, everybody is now gone, including Yudhishthir, everybody is now disappeared. So Parikshit becomes the king. After Parikshit becomes the king, now it's a fast forward. So Parikshit becomes the king, and then to rule over a certain more kingdoms, he wants to gather more kingdoms. So he performs Ashwamedh Yajna. And during one of his travels, he meets the master of Kali Yuga. Okay,
Kali Purusha.
he is disguised as a king, and what does he do? He is inflicting punishment on a cow and a bull. Now this is a very interesting story. I have already told you all, but we'll get to hear it again. Shaunaka Rishi inquired, why did Maharaj Parikshit simply punish him, since he was the lowest of the Shudras, having dressed as a king and having struck a cow with his leg? Please describe all these incidents if they relate to the topic of Sri Krishna. So now at that moment, in front of Sutta Goswami, I'm sure you remember, is a person who is telling the story to all the Rishi Munis who have gathered over there. So Shaunaka Muni, who is there, he is asking one question. He says, can you please tell me more about this thing? Why did Parikshit give punishment to this Shudra? There was this person over there who was beating the bull over there. But if it is related to Lord Krishna, then can you please tell us this story? Naturally, it is related, so we are learning about it. So the devotees of the Lord are accustomed to licking up the honey available from the lotus feet of the Lord. What is the use of topics which simply waste our valuable life? So Shaunaka Rishi is telling him, you see, if it is not related to Krishna, don't waste your time. Okay, can we go back to the story of Krishna? Otherwise, don't waste your time telling us all these about some bull and cock and bull story. Okay, किसका पैर टूट गया, कौन है, शूद्र किधर से आया, किसको punishment दिया? I don't want to hear. O Sutta Goswami, there are those amongst men who desire freedom from death and get eternal life. They escape the slaughtering process by calling the control of death Yamraj. As long as Yamraj, who causes everyone's death, is present here, no one shall meet his death. The great sages have invited the controller of death, Yamraj, who is the representative of the Lord. Living beings who are under the grip should take advantage of hearing the deathless nectar in the form of this narration of transcendental pastimes of the Lord. So the rishi is being reprimanded. He says, "See, this is a very interesting story. I think if you better hear it, because if it is connected to Yamraj and something which is happening in this material world, and somewhere or the other it is related to the Lord only, isn't it? So why not listen to it at that point in time?" So he is going to take up the story. Lazy human beings with paltry intelligence and short duration of life pass the night sleeping and the day performing activities that are for naught. Now he's going to tell about the particular incident. Before that, the introduction is, in this material world, there are lots of lazy human beings. Remember, we are now in Kali Yuga. You remember in the last chapter, a chapter before that, we have already discussed Krishna's death heralds the coming of the Kali Yuga. That means Kali Yuga is now in full swing. So in the Kali Yuga, what is the biggest thing that happens to a person? It is called tamas. A person becomes fully tamasic in nature. And when a person becomes fully tamasic in nature, what is the main activity of tamas?
Sitting idle.
Sleeping.
Not to do.
Yeah, sleeping. It is also called meditation in the normal world. Yeah, I was meditating. You're fast asleep. That day we went to Ramakrishna Mission in Chennai, and there was one man. Okay, Brito was seeing him. He was sitting in a meditation pose and going all the way down, ding, and he was again rising. And then he was going ding, like that. And he went on and on and on. It was so funny. I don't understand what it means by meditation. Actually, tamas is what is drawing the person close to this, and that is why in today's day and age, sleep is the greatest weapon of tamas. Okay, those who don't know how to sleep, they should join the tamasic group then, and they will learn how to sleep. So they pass their life sleeping, and during the day they are doing none of the activities, hardly doing anything. They are working very hardly. Okay. So Sutta Goswami said, while Maharaj Parikshit was residing in the capital of the Kuru Empire, the symptoms of the age of Kali began to infiltrate within the jurisdiction of his state. When he learned about this, he did not think the matter very palatable. This did, however, give him a chance to fight. He took up his bow and arrow and prepared himself for military activities. Maharaj Parikshit sat in the chariot drawn by black horses. His flag was marked with the sign of a lion. Being so decorated and surrounded by the charioteers, cavalry, elephants, and infantry soldiers, he left the capital to conquer in all directions. Maharaj Parikshit then conquered all parts of the earthly planet, both danger and arms of Bhadrasva, Ketumala, and Bharata. The northern Kuru, Kinpurusha, etc., and extracted tributes from these respective rulers. Actually, what has happened is the follow-up of the Ganga river happens. As you come down, you know, the Ganga river is flowing right up to the West Bengal. In ancient times, this entire region was covered by him, right up to the last place. Before that, remember, this story is not here, but I have already told you that Arjuna does a lot of campaigns in the east, and he conquers lands right up to what is called as Indochina. So you will find that there is a mention of Arjuna even in the lores of Vietnam. Now Vietnam is the other
Cambodia.
part of the world. Vietnam,
Thailand.
Cambodia,
Thailand.
yes, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, all these places there is a mention of the Kauravas and the Pandavas. You will find that their entire story is written on the wall somewhere or the other. So like that, now many years have passed after Arjuna has conquered this, and now grandson is going to do. Wherever the king visited, he continuously heard the glories of his great forefathers. Naturally, Arjuna had already gone over there and conquered the land, who were the devotees of the Lord, and also the glorious acts of Lord Krishna. He also heard how he himself had been protected by the Lord from the powerful heat of the weapon of Ashwatthama. People also mention the great affection between the descendants of Vishnu and Pritha due to the latest devotion of Lord Keshava. The king, being thus pleased with the singers of such glories, opened their eyes in great satisfaction. Out of magnanimity, he was pleased to award them very valuable necklaces and clothing. Maharaj Parikshit heard them out of his causeless mercy. Lord Krishna, Vishnu, who is universally obeyed, and rendered all kinds of services to the malleable sons of Pandu by accepting posts ranging from chariot driver to president to messengers, friend, night watchman, etc., according to the will of the Pandavas. Can you imagine Krishna doing all these roles? Night watchman. हाँ बड़ा एक्चुअली इमेजिन करना कृष्णा को वो बोल रहे हैं बहादुर इधर आ जाओ. How funny that would sound, you know. Of course he was Bahadur only, so, so it would sound very funny. Imagine he was also a messenger, friend, night watchman, etc., etc., and a chariot driver as well. When he heard this, Maharaj Parikshit became overwhelmed with devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord. We will be doing all these stories once again, okay? So as we are going to do all these stories once again, we are now rushing towards this end of the Kali Yuga, the beginning of this Kali Yuga's biggest debacle. Alright, where the story of this book has to start. The story is still not begun. Khali preliminaries chalu hai. Now you may hear from me what happened while Maharaj Parikshit was passing his day, hearing of the good occupations of his forefathers and being absorbed in thought of them. The personality of religious principle, Dharma. Dharma, you understand who is Dharma? Dharma is Yamadev.
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 Yamadharmaraj.
Yeah. He was wandering in the form of a bull. And he met the personality on the earth in the form of a cow, who appeared to grieve like a mother who had lost her child. She had tears in her eyes, and the beauty of her body was lost. Thus Dharma questioned the earth as follows. Dharmaraj is come to this earth in the form of a bull, and he is meeting the great earth as a cow. So he is asking her, why are you so haddi-pasli? What is this? You don't get to eat or what? Why are you roaming around here and there? No food, no body mein mass nahi hai, kuch nahi hai, kuch nahi hai. Dharma in the form of a bull asked, Madam, are you not hale and hearty? Imagine. और मैडम बोलेगा तो मेरे को दूसरा किसी का याद. Why are you covered with the sorrow of grief? It appears by your face that you have become black. Are you suffering from some internal disease, or are you thinking of some relative who is away in a distant place? Just imagine, in today's day and age, the bull will not bullshit like this. He will talk of something else. But imagine, because the bull was Dharmaraj, so he was talking about some, hello ma'am, how are you? How are things with you? How is your health? Well, how are things going on in your world? So it is out of concern. This is a very important story. The story is about how we have entered the last Yuga. Okay, and the earth is afflicted by everybody. The human beings have completely destroyed earth. Today we are talking about what, environmental pollution, this pollution, that pollution and all that.
Greenhouse gas.
Yes. And what are we going to do? We are going to run away from one cow and go to another cow, next door neighbor, to the moon or maybe to Venus or to Mars or some other place. But this cow we may abandon mostly, I think. So, he's asking, why is your face so black? What has happened to you? Why are you turned so black? Are you thinking of somebody, some relative of yours who is staying in some distant place? So what is it that is actually affecting you? Can you please tell me? So the bull is now saying, imagine bull standing on 1 feet. Huh? That day we saw the dog on 2 feet and you were wondering how he is running on the 2 feet. Here is there is bull only on 1 feet. 1-footed bull. He says, I have lost my 3 legs and I am now standing only on 1. Are you lamenting for my state of existence?
It's a cow, right?
Who?
Um,
Oh,
was
sorry,
lost.
cow. Or are you in great anxiety being because henceforward the unlawful meat eaters will exploit you? What are you going to become? Beef. You're going to become beef in the future. Already he's telling, Yamraj is telling you are going to become beef. Huh? By the way, beef as a word is very dirty. Beefy, hunk. Yes, yes. Please Google it up. You will come to know. Or are you in a sorry plight because the demigods are now bereft of their share of sacrificial offerings because no sacrifice are being performed at present? Or are you grieving for living beings because of their suffering due to famine and drought? So he is now, like Yudhishthir, he is also going to ask him questions. Are you? Is this because of this? Is this because of this? Is this because of this? See, all these are related to human beings. If you see the lines, you will come to know. Let me again tell you the lines. Are you lamenting because of my state of existence? Are you in great anxiety because henceforward the unlawful meat eaters will exploit you? He is not talking about meat eaters the way we are talking about, okay? He is talking about people eat human beings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are creatures where we are ready to slaughter anybody in our material world. And this is a very common human tendency. Either we are reading a newspaper and slaughtering the government, or we are talking about what police is doing, or what somebody has happened on the table, dining table, or the coffee table. If you ever go to coffee house, Indian coffee house, you can sit there for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, and you can hear people how they are butchering the government. On one subject, they can talk for 5 hours and 6 hours. Finally, it becomes a story in some newspaper. Earlier, there used to be this press club of India. And most of the press journalists, they used to go to this Indian coffee house and they would sit over there. So is it because of that? Is it because that human beings are going to eat you up? They're eating up mother cow, mother. Or are you in a sorry plight because the demigods are now bereft of their share of sacrificial offerings? We also have forgotten prayers. We have forgotten our prayers to such an extent that today Samrat was asking me, Guruji, why are you not going for jogging or walking or something like that? So Guruji has forgotten about jogging, walking and all. So I said, yes boss, I shall go.
Tai Chi also you've forgotten.
Yeah. So I told him, you know what, कि ब्रिटो ने मेरे को 4 दिन तो चलाया मतलब आधा स्कूटर में थोड़ा सा चलाया So we have forgotten to exercise. We have forgotten to do things for our own being. Exercising even our grey cells, like Hercule Poirot says, exercising your grey cells is very
Singapore it is Maja.
yeah.
Macho.
That is
Yeah.
not going to that is going to make you more tamasic in nature.
You should solve mathematical problems, then you exercise.
Yeah. They are just thinking how mathematically their money is going down. Yes, that is the best thing to do. But that is not what is called. You see, when you do, what is called as acrobatics in your mind. Either one very beautiful story will come out of it. That means people can write beautiful stories. You should see that J.K. Rowling and all these great people who have written stories after stories after stories. But how did that story come about? If you look at it, it came about because they had some place to go. She sat smoking the cigarettes in that particular bar, tavern or whatever, and then she had to make money. To make money, you have to do something. So she sat and wrote. Every single day she used to write. And now she has a castle to write. So she has stopped writing. So she is writing about sex and all those things. Because when a person has nothing else to do, they write about that. All the stories are only. So this is also, we have to exercise our various parts of the body. That means we have to give the importance to everything. Our hands, so that we can work with our hands. Our legs, we can exercise and walk with our legs. Our body, which we can use for the purpose of doing something in this material world. So that is the second thing. So the sacrifices are not offered. And then, are you grieving for living beings because of the suffering due to famine and drought? Just for, can you put on that light? It's become very dark over here. So, these famine and drought also, no, the first button, bus. Next. So, he's asking a very simple last question is famine and drought. Now, famine and drought can also be associated to the gods, no doubt about it.
They don't get sacrificed.
Yes. What is the sacrifice? The sacrifice is you have to do your, work in the fields. You have to till your ground. You have to plant at the right time. Everything has to be done in a perfect way. But if you don't do it, when the Krishnaraj Sagar Dam, there was no water in it, they should have started the dredging operations, isn't it? The dredging operations is removal of all the silt and the dirt from inside. But it was not done. Now when the dam is starting to fill up, how much will it fill up? You got what I said? Alright? Now,
Okay.
yeah, I'll tell you one very funny thing which happens. कभी घी का स्पून देखा है, घी का स्पून. हाँ, वो घी का स्पून जब भी हम लोग गर्म करते हैं तभी है ना, घी के स्पून के ऊपर कुछ नहीं रहता. लेकिन जो घी अंदर रहता है और उसको गर्म नहीं करते, तो हम लोग निकाल के थोड़ा सा ऊपर से उबला हुआ रहेगा वो डालेंगे ना, तो नीचे का स्टिकिंग हुआ रहता है, वो कभी नहीं गिरता है. सिर्फ ऊपर का थोड़ा सा ऐसा ड्रॉप गिरेगा. तो इमेजिन, that is what has happened over there. If we do our jobs in time, then you will find that this world will not have a famine or a drought. Nothing of these things will ever come. It will not even have heavy rains because we would have planted a lot of trees and plants and the environment will be safe. But we always chalta hai.
But what has that got to do with the demigods?
Somebody has to rule that, no? See, tell me something. What has a railway train got to do with railway minister? Understood? But the railway minister is responsible for that railway. As if you can't think of the railway minister coming and pushing the train, no? It's not about pushing the train. It is about he is in charge of that department. So the demigods are in charge of rains. Indra is in charge of rains. Like that, there are demigods which are responsible for storage of water. You will find that in some of the stories of Krishna, some of the ponds and the lakes had certain gods and the demons hidden inside. They would be staying over there. Have you heard of these stories or no? Many of the stories.
What? It's raining.
unhappy woman and children. You are left alone by unscrupulous person. Or are you unhappy because the goddess of learning is being handled by Brahmanas, addicted to all against the principle of religion? Or are you sorry to see the Brahmanas have taken shelter of administrative families that do not respect Brahminical culture? So the entire thing has come down. The whole world has deteriorated into a very, very sad state. So these are the various reasons why the problems can come up in this world. The so-called administrators are now given the influence of the age of time and thus have put all state affairs in disorder. Are we now lamenting this disorder? Now the general populace does not follow the rules and regulations for eating, sleeping, drinking, mating, etc. And they are inclined to perform such anywhere and everywhere. Are you unhappy because of this? These are the various disorders that have happened during the age. Today we do not have O Mother Earth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, incarnated himself as Lord Krishna just to unload your heavy burden. All his activities here are transmitted and they cement the path of liberation. You are now bereft of his presence. You are probably now thinking of those activities and feeling sorry in their absence. Krishna has gone away. And because Krishna has gone, that is the reason why all these problems have come. So naturally, one day is asking this question. So do you really think this is the reason why you are lamenting, or the reason why you are standing on this one leg? So he says, Mother, you are the reservoir of all riches. Please inform me the root cause of your tribulations, by which you have been reduced to such a weak state. I think that the powerful influence of time, which conquers the most powerful, might have forcibly taken away all your fortunes, which are adored even by the demigods. Today, again, if you actually look at it, the fortunes also have gone up. Okay, somebody is laughing, can you just, there's an audible. Okay. Yeah, no, it's very close to it, so don't worry. Mother, you are the reservoir of all riches. All kinds of riches were there earlier. Today, if you actually go to Kolar gold mines also, you will find that there is no gold there. There is no gold in Kolar gold mines. Similarly, all the great diamonds were already found, it seems. Today, we are running short of fuel. That means no gas, no petrol, no energy, nothing. So, they are trying to mine from some different places.
Water problem.
Yes, agree, all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
So are these the reasons? The earthly deity in the form of cow thus replied to the personality of these religious principles in the form of bull. O Dharma, whatever you have inquired for me shall be known to you. I shall try to reply to all these questions. Once you too were maintained by your four legs, and you increased happiness all over the universe by the mercy of the Lord. So now what is it that is being mentioned is a very lengthy passage. So I'm going to do it as slowly as I can because it is important to understand what it is. In him resides truthfulness, cleanliness, intolerance of another's unhappiness, the power to control anger, self-satisfaction, straightforwardness, steadiness of the mind, control of the sense organs, responsibility, equality, tolerance, equanimity, faithfulness, knowledge, absence of sense enjoyments, leadership, chivalry, influence, the power to make everything possible, the discharge of proper duties, complete independence, dexterity, fullness of all beauty, serenity, kind-heartedness, ingenuity, gentility, magnanimity, determination, perfection of all knowledge, proper execution, possession of all objects of enjoyment, joyfulness, immovability, fidelity, faith, worship, pridelessness, being as the personality of God, eternity, and many other transcendental qualities which are eternally present and never to be separated from Him. Krishna, the reservoir of all goodness and beauty, Krishna has now closed his transcendental pastimes on the face of this earth. In his absence, the age of Kali has spread its influence everywhere. So I am sorry to see this condition of existence. Now, these are all the qualities. Now, how many qualities you listed? There are 40 different qualities. We are going to one day do the qualities which are multifaceted of Krishna. Someday we will do. Hopefully, if you all remind me in the coming few months' time, maybe I can do it. So we can do the qualities of Krishna and the qualities of Radha as well. They are separate qualities. They are two separate qualities because the Prakriti, the principle of Maya, has qualities which are slightly different than the principle of Krishna. Krishna, that means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as we call, the Supreme Divine Consciousness, is a duality, is both put together. So it is Radha and Krishna's both qualities put together. They are complementing each other. So we shall do those qualities one of these days. So, but like this, there are 40 qualities that are listed, which I just mentioned. So he has gone away from the earth. So all these qualities have literally vanished with his going away. I am thinking about myself also, the best among demigods, about you as well as all the demigods, sages, angels of Pitralok, devotees of the Lord, and all men obedient to the system of Varna and Ashrama in human society. The people, those who used to follow the Varna, principles of Varna and Ashrama, they are also non-existent. Today, you will find that the caste system has disappeared completely. Okay. Also, if somebody is told at the age of 70, you should have gone to the jungles or you should have become a sannyasi, he is going to give you a piercing look. बोलेगा मैं तो अभी शादी करने की सोच रहा था, तू मेरे को बोलता है जंगल में जाने को, तू जा मांगता है तो जंगल. Today, the world has literally come to this stage, and all these things, the varnas and the ashramas are completely different. Lakshmi Ji, the goddess of fortune, whose glance of grace was sought by demigods like Brahma, and for whom they surrendered many a day unto the personality of Godhead, gave up her own abode in the forest of lotus flowers and engaged herself in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. I was endowed with specific powers to supersede the fortune of all the three plenary systems by being decorated with the impression of the flag, thunderbolt, elephant riding rod, and the lotus flowers, which are the sign of the lotus feet of the Lord. But at the end, when I felt I was so fortunate, the Lord has left me. The Lord has left me. Here, even Lakshmi was who has succumbed. Succumbed in the sense she has become his wife. In the form of as a Vishnu avatar, she is his wife. Has she not become that? So in the same way, what has happened is here the Lord has left this earth, and now he has left behind all these negative qualities. The personality of religion, I was greatly overburdened by the undue military flances arranged by aesthetic kings, and I was relieved by the grace of Krishna. Similarly, you are also in distress condition, weakened by a standing strength, and thus he also incarnated by his internal energy in the family of the Yadus to relieve you. So they are talking to each other. Who therefore can tolerate the pangs of separation from Krishna? He could conquer the gravity and passionate wrath of his sweet heart like Satyabhama by his sweet smile of love, pleasing glance and hearty appearance. When he traversed my earth's surface, I would be immersed in the dust of his lotus feet, and thus would be sumptuously covered with grass, which appeared like hair standing on me out of pleasure. There is the story of the passionate wrath of his sweetheart like Satyabhama. Of all the wives that he had, Satyabhama was only one of these kind. She was a daring and a dangerous woman. Okay. And Satyabhama's wrath was unimaginable. Okay, you will find all the other wives of his maybe touching the feet of the Lord and उसको पैर दबाते थे और सत्यभामा के रूम में जाएंगे तो कृष्णा उसका पैर दबाते He was reverse psychology over there.
She's Radha in one. She's a
Yes.
Radha.
He's an incarnation of Radha, by the way. So it was a complete reversal of roles. While the earth and the personality of religion was thus engaged in this conversation, the saintly in Parikshit reached the shores of the Saraswati river, which flowed towards the east. So we have come to the end of chapter 16, and I think we should stop over here. Don't you think so? Hmm? Because any which way it was raining and there was too much of noise. Do you want me to stop or you want me to continue? There is
You can stop here.
okay. I am sure. Very sure. Okay. Alright. So next will be punishment and reward of Kali, that is chapter 17. Okay. And maybe after that would be the start of the story. So do you have any questions? Today we were just reading through because it was just a informational thing because
Can you explain the whole thing in a summation? Because couldn't understand what it meant. What's happening?
there is a story where Parikshit is now gone to win various other kingdoms. It's a point where he has to now meet his curse. Curse is there. So the curse has to be met with somewhere. So what has happened is he is now going on his journeys, trying to capture kingdoms. Remember, the ego rises as people become richer and stronger by the day. So when he was going, at that point in time, he comes across these creatures. Incidentally, there is another story in the Buddhist scriptures also, which talks about a similar story. There is a very similar story. Someday we will do it. So, which talks about the bull and the cow both standing literally on one leg. It's the last leg of theirs. It's like the earth, it is standing on the last journey, the last lap, which is called a Kali Yuga. So the beginning of Kali Yuga has happened at the death of Krishna. If you remember, at the death of Krishna, it was mentioned that the Kali Yuga had just begun. Yeah.
So 4 legs are 4 yugas.
Yes, the 4 legs are the 4 yugas. When the 4 legs are there, the cow is standing in a very perfect condition and she is getting everything that she needs. When she becomes lame in one feet, at that time, the form of Sri Ram has to come into the picture. When she is standing on 2 feet, at that time the form of Krishna comes into the picture. And when she stands on 1 feet, the form of Kali comes into the picture. Because this is the last yuga or the destructive one. Okay? And this is nothing but like a precursor. It's like a beginning of this, how the end has started. The beginning of the end, as we can say. So Parikshit will now have to go towards this Rishi Muni, to whom he is going to put that snake around his neck. And he is going to get cursed. So the first book will end, and we will start the book 2 in the stories. Then the stories will begin. So
Why is the Kali Yuga the longest? I mean, being the bad.
Kali Yuga is not the longest. It's not the longest at all. It is actually the shortest. You can say it's a very short one. It's 4,32,000 years.
So Satyuga was the long.
Satyuga, everybody was realized they had nothing, nowhere to go, nothing to do. And they would produce children by just thinking about it. They were not involved in doing any activities. So they will just think, I need children, 4 children for doing 4 jobs. Ting, आ गया. अभी तुम्हारा काम खत्म होके चले जाओ, चले गए.
There were no women to give birth, first of all.
No, no, no. Women were there.
Were there?
They
Okay.
were very much there. They were called rishikas. Rishikas. And they were very renowned rishikas during that age. They were the first was I think we have done that little bit of it where the first avatar of Krishna, where he gives the teaching to his mother, you know, she became a great rishika during that time. All the rishi munis had their wives, and they were
Devahuti.
very
Devahuti.
yeah. They were very, very chaste. They were involved in their activities on a day-to-day basis. So they were very focused in their world. They were not bothered about कि अब आज क्या होगा, कल क्या होगा. ऐसा वो लोग डेट्स पे नहीं जाते थे. आजकल कलयुग में ऋषि भी नहीं, ऋषि का भी नहीं. ऋषि कपूर है. हाँ. वो ज्यादा और दूसरा सोचते हैं. So, so that is the reason why this yuga was the longest, because there was no end to the first yuga. But deterioration has to begin, because everything that is born has to start deteriorating. You know. So it starts, and then the next yuga comes into the picture, and then the next yuga, and then the last.
Again, Krishna is going to come. I mean, not after the Kali Yuga. Again, for the next Yuga, again Krishna is going to come.
Yeah, naturally, it's a never-ending story, no? Never-ending story. Actually, vacancy है, बोलता है जाने का.
Application form fill करके.
फॉर्म फिल किया रख देना, vacancy है, fill out कर देना. Okay. So, any questions? No questions.
So when the 4 yugas keep repeating, is the same form that happens, or there are different versions?
Different versions will be there.
So this is the
in one of the episodes, it is mentioned, if you recollect, during the time of the Manu, XYZ, this happened. During this Manu, this happened. During this Manu, so various Manus are there.
So my question is, when the yugas are repeated, say now we end Kali Yuga and the next yugas are starting, right? So it's not going to be the same as what we have learnt in this first 4 yugas. Then it's something going to be very different.
Yes, some different story might turn up.
And the characters all will be different.
Characters are more or less going to be similar because
No, but it's not going to be the same Dashavatar, right? It's going to be something else.
No. The Dashavatars are repeated endlessly.
Oh, so they are repeated endlessly.
The stories will differ. Stories will differ in the sense that only superficial makeup will be done. बाकी सब mainline story same.
So it's the same story but with a different.
See, today even if you take the basic storylines, murder story is one, tragedy is one, comedy is one, and one only. You can have a Mahmood in one comedy and some other person in one comedy. You will have one villain also. Now the villain may be Mr. Prem Chopra on one side, Mr. Shakti Kapoor on the other side. No, villain एक ही. By the way, one great villain who became a character artist died today, called Pran. So he died today. So, so the story is the same. The love story is boy meet girl and blah blah blah. So there is no change in it.
So my point is it'll have the same goal of Vrindavan, it'll have same Krishna coming in.
Vrindavan is not going to undergo any change.
No, not Golok Vrindavan. Where Krishna incarnates, and then there is Vrindavan, there is Kamsha. All that are going to be same again.
Yes. The storyline will be more or less the same. Some little, cosmetic changes like we say, will be done. Little cosmetic changes. Not like Michael Jackson का nose भी चलेगा. ऐसा करेंगे, no surgery and this. Yeah, Santi, you wanted to say something? No. There is the yuga. Yuga, if you remember, Yuga by itself is a person. Yuga by itself is a person, persona. Means deterioration, deterioration. It's like it's going to slide downward, 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 downward. It's mentioned, no, that all the varnas and the everything is going to go off. So this yuga takes a form. Okay. In the Shiv Puran, it is about Kal and Kali. Kali is the dangerous swarup of Parvati herself. It is the swarup which is going to destroy. Okay. And in this, the Kali avatar by itself is Krishna himself. In
So
the
it's the
Vishnu,
Krishna Kali, right? That's the
yes, basically it's a merging of the avatars. And Krishna has never ever left the land, by the way. He always keeps on popping up every now and then. Special roles,
Guest appearance.
guest appearances. This part of the picture film में टिंग करे इसमें किधर से भी घुस गया. जब कैरेक्टर एक मंगता है स्ट्रॉन्ग तभी आ जाता है फिर चले जाते हैं. So it's a continuous story which keeps on happening. So there is no end to it. The avatar which is the last terminal avatar, where everything is coming to a standstill, is called the Kalki.
Kalki. Okay.
It's the avatar which brings everything to finish. So that is the end. But as of now, it is the Kali Yuga, with the avatar called Krishna Kali or Krishna's Kali Swarup. It's a transition phase. Transition. He is getting converted slowly into that. So the main Mool Swarup of Krishna now in the coming is basically mentioned in one of the Purans after 10,000 years after the going away of Krishna, that this Swarup takes the real venomous form. Till that time it is mild Swarup. Mild means completely mild, milder like that, you know. And as you go, yes, it's a cusp. As you go ahead to the 10,000 year end, the Swarupa converts itself into a destructive format. Today, if you see, the basic Kali Yuga has started, actually begun. All the qualities that we mentioned, the 40 qualities of Krishna, have actually started deteriorating. They are no longer there. You think about it, truthfulness. Wow, it's a great word to have. मैं जो भी कहूँगा सच कहूँगा गीता के ऊपर हाथ रख के कहूँगा. बोला गीता कोई है क्या उधर देखो उसके ऊपर जरूर हाथ रख के मैं कहूँगा. Their Gita is like that. Their Gita is nothing to do with the word of the Lord. No way. So this Swarup is like that. This particular Yuga itself is like that. You can't do anything about it. It is going down. Another 5,000 years from now to get to that point. Yeah, maybe.
But Guruji said,
you know, you don't know by the time you see chain kuli ki main kuli, वो 5,000 बरस निकल गया. Yeah.
but you said 4 lakh more years for Kali Yuga, but you're now saying that 10,000 years from.
That is a transition, phase of transition. The Kali Yuga will last for nearly 4,32,000 years. 2,000 approximate years plus another 2,000, say approximately 4 to 5,000 years have gone away. Krishna's death must have happened during that time, correct? Now, during that phase, Krishna has appeared n number of times during this yuga. Okay, not that he is not appearing; he keeps on appearing constantly. So, yeah, 4.5 lakh years. Yeah, it is 4,32,000 years. So, what has happened in the last so many years is, from his death till 10,000 years till his death, after his death, the avatar will be a transition from Krishna to Kali.
Okay,
And
intermediate state.
then from there onwards till the end, it is going to be Kali avatar. Women today are going to become more powerful, more strong, and they are going to put a chain around your neck and take you all over the town. Don't worry, be happy. Yeah. And the importance is going to deteriorate. There is no importance left for the man at all. And we will find that actually happening. And as the yuga proceeds, the end is going to be in the form of the avatar called Kalki. That is still 4 lakh years away. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
You still have about 4 lakh years to go.
I thought Kalki will come on.
नहीं कल नहीं आएगा. Okay, so I shall take a leave. You have a beautiful evening and safe journey to you, Guru.